Okay, now we are live. Perfect. And hopefully people come in, just leave a question or something like that.
Do we see when people are in or when they're watching us?
I don't know. Hold on a minute. I don't know exactly how StreamYard does it. Like if it shows how many people are in the room. Well, I guess it wouldn't be through StreamYard because it's all YouTube. So yeah. YouTube will tell you how many people are watching. Oh God.
I don't know exactly.
Oh God, Inception.
Okay, so hi people. If you're watching us, can you do me and Stowe a favor and just say like a hello or something in the comments? We're test driving this platform we've been doing office hours on Instagram. We're trying to move it onto YouTube so we can keep it. So we can like keep it and share it and stuff. So if you can pop in and just like share a comment or drop a question or something, or just say hi. That would be really helpful to us. Thanks.
And then it looks like, I didn't even realize this. Apparently on StreamYard, like if you see the 2 by the like the timer or whatever, it'll tell you how many are watching from where.
On StreamYard? Oh, I see. Yeah.
And then according to YouTube, it says that 3 are watching currently. So that's perfect. Yeah, if you guys could honestly just leave a question. We just need to see what works and what doesn't, because this is where we're going to be hopefully hosting our office hours. There we go. Hell yeah, perfect.
Hi, Anto.
What's up, Anto? We really appreciate the help. That honestly helps us out more than you know. We're just cool, just seeing what works and what doesn't. We hope you guys will come and join us as we keep, building up the platform. We're going to be doing this every first and third Tuesday of the month. Excuse me. And yeah, we're really excited about this just because it's a bit cleaner and hopefully allows us to regurgitate the content out to you guys later on. So, yeah.
Yeah, as we clumsily navigate technology. It also allows us to be a little more episodic. So if you need to look back, oh, I need information about social media, you know which episode to come to, or oh, I need information on networking, you come to that episode, so you don't have to like dig through millions of archives.
Exactly.
Yeah. Also, while you're here, if you have topics that you'd like to see me and Stowe cover, let us know about those too. If you have questions while we're here, ask your questions. Office hours. Hey, JB, the dynamic jab. Yeah, I mean, if you have questions while we're here, we're kind of just test driving and playing with this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is...
As we awkwardly...
This is really good. Yeah, this is perfect. It looks like everything's... Oh, God, what is happening?
It looks
like everything's working.
Wait, can we answer this question, though? Because I like it.
Yeah. Go for it.
Anto the Wayward says, how do you deal with artists like Stav that are ungrateful? Also, can you tell if an artist is going to be like that? Hey, Indio, thank you for helping us out. So I don't know who Stav is. So
I have no clue who that is either. So
you're
gonna have to elaborate for us a little bit.
So Anto, if you want to go into that, we're happy to explore it with you. But I'll say for me, if I only want to work with good people who are doing good things and who our values and our politics are aligned. So I have certain kind of deal breakers. If you're racist, sexist, misogynistic, that's like an easy cutoff. I won't work with you. If I find that you're unprofessional, I won't work with you. So I have kind of little tests. Do you show up on time for meetings? Do you respond to emails? Like little things like that to see. Oh, Anta says, not Stav, the artist you were tweeting about the other day still. So for me, I can usually tell by the energy and by the way they treat me and the way they treat others. But you can't always tell. There's been artists that I've like worked with for a long time and then something has come up and then they show their colors. And that often tends to be harder to break away from. But on the flip side, like working with professional, respectable artists is like that's the best. But I don't know, Stowe, if you want to get into the situation or not.
Yeah, I'm not going to go like too far into things, obviously, just because whatever, like my point was made. But in some cases, honestly, it kind of just happens. I will say in this case, some signs were shown beforehand, and you can kind of, again, when you talk to people, I tell people all the time, ask questions. You can easily, kind of figure out people's motives and stuff like that, and just having a conversation with them. And I'm not going to front. I did that, had multiple conversations, blah, blah, blah. And, I'm not going to front. There were some risky signs or whatever, but after certain communications and stuff like that, I kind of thought that things were headed in a certain direction. My God, you can just text. I'm really not trying to turn this into a dramatic situation. It's really not that. For me, my whole thing is this: is if you're going to work with me, you have to communicate. You have to be professional. If you hire me, you are asking my opinion on how rollouts are going to happen and how you're going to be pushing the music. If you aren't receptive to anything that I'm saying, and I recognize that, it's not a smart thing for me to work with that person. And that's essentially what it came down to the other day, was that, person wanted to drop music within a couple days. And I said, hey, maybe release a trailer first, let that breathe for a week, and then release the single. Make sure the people that you have on the song are willing to share and tweet it out, because there have been issues in the past, blah, blah, blah. He ain't like that. I don't know what happened, if I'm being frank. It kind of went from 0 to 500,000 in like 5 seconds. So sometimes it is unavoidable. But like I said, my main thing is you've got to ask questions. And again, people will show their true colors before you even step into that booth. And, it's kind of up to you to see whether or not it's worth the risk. And for me, I was not surprised that the work, wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be, but I did not expect it to go to just a completely different level, where now I'm getting calls and threats and stuff like that. So, it is avoidable for sure. You can kind of see those true colors, but at the same time, sometimes you think you're working with one version of someone, and eventually, they turn out to be someone else, especially when you start, when you
start pushing back and like hitting challenging their like comfort zone.
Exactly. Yeah. Nora nailed it. Challenging the things that they believe to be true. And, the only other thing I will say is, it got to a point where he started bringing up myself as an artist into it. And I've never, ever, ever put my artistry ahead of a client. And anybody who knows me knows that. So things like that and little things like that, it's just, there's egos at play. And sometimes you can avoid it. Sometimes you can't. The absolute best thing you can do is just try to be as mature as possible. For me, screenshotting, maybe not the best move, but for me, if you're going to talk on my name like that, you got to come correct. That's it. So again, communication is key. Being professional is key. That's the easiest way to avoid situations like that. But you also have to understand it's not always avoidable.
I mean, I think there's artists who just want someone to like say yes and gas them up and like make them feel good. I'm not that person. And I don't think you are either, so. And I feel like I do you a disservice if all I do is like stroke your ego and gas you up and not give you that critical feedback. And so what I've seen is there's people who, I have one client who everything I said, he would say, I know. And I was like, bruh, but if you know, you would have been doing, but you haven't. So like, clearly there's a disconnect. But like, what it is I think there's people who just aren't coachable right now. And that's what I've learned, is to like really look for, are you coachable? Are you willing to learn? Are you willing to like engage in the discomfort of some of this? And those for me are the clients that always do the best. But you don't always see it, because sometimes you're working and it's like easy and the point of tension or conflict doesn't come until later. And then they have that reaction because they get triggered or whatever. And I think that's the other piece, is like, I know that it's not personal. Like, they might attack you personally and they might say all kinds of personal shit, but at the end of the day, it's a reflection of their own limits and insecurities and fears or whatever.
Exactly.
And so you just know like those artists aren't for you.
Exactly.
It just sucks because they take away so much energy from like other artists or other people that you could have been
everything that's going on. Like, well, I guess what blew my mind the most
Yeah.
about the other day is just there's so much going on right now, and stuff that just requires our energy and whatnot. And so to have it go to that kind of level, seemingly, at least on my end, out of nowhere, was just like what is going on even?
Yeah.
Like, so word.
Yeah. So do you have enough for our little test drive?
I actually have just enough. We're at the 10-minute mark. That's perfect.
Perfect. Indio, Anto, Jab. I think there was someone else in here. Sorry if I missed you. Thanks for helping us out and jumping in and test driving with us. We're going to figure some of this out, come out with some office hours more regularly. Oh, cute. It shows the questions down here too.
Yeah, I just wanted to test that out to see if that worked. So perfect. That's amazing. And I can do whatever. Perfect.
Yeah, perfect. Y'all, thank you so much.
Yeah, we really appreciate it, guys, honestly.